Both of you share many of the same ideas on a lot of issues. Why do you consider yourself to be the best candidate in this race to be the U.S. representative for the 14th district?
Thank you. Mr. Hultgren.
Thank you. I think this is a really important question, and it really is what the primary is all about, is who can move this district forward, who can be the best representative of the Republican Party in the election coming up in November. I share really what Ethan had said as well, that my commitment, I've been very vocal, that I will support him if he's successful in this. I believe either one of us would be a great improvement over Congressman Foster, who is there right now. But I absolutely believe that I am the candidate that will be most able to defeat him in November, and for a couple reasons. One is the consistent work that I've had as a public servant. I've been working I'm going into my 16th year of elected office, part-time elected office. I'm a businessman in Chicago, work for a great company there called Performance Trust. But I see it as public service of being able to serve. I served originally on the county board in Forest Preserve, and now I've served in the State House of Representatives for 8 years and the State Senate for 3 years. What that brings, first of all, is the ability to be successful in elections, but also the ability to be able to stand up and show it's not just talk for me. You can look at my voting record and see over thousands of votes that I've taken in my service to the people that I represent, that it's not just talk for me, that I have gotten a 100% voting record from the NFIB, National Federation of Independent Business, and over again, champion of free enterprise for the Chamber of Commerce. Support from family groups and taxpayer groups, because they've seen that I've fought consistently for my constituents. And that's really important, because it's easy to have talk in elections. We saw from Bill Foster when he ran, he sounded kind of pro-business, and yet we've seen with his work on card check and so many things where he has gone completely against jobs and the economy and business, job creators here in our district. So I bring that experience. I also bring the ability to bring the Republican Party back together again. I've served as a precinct committeeman for 20 years. I also have reached out to every Republican and independent that I've been able to talk about my vision of coming back together. Thank you.
What is your position on the nationalization of business like General Motors and the idea of a business being too big to fail? Let's start with Mr. Hultgren.
Well, I really disagree with it. I would not have supported that. I think it's absolutely the wrong direction. It's painful. You know, the free enterprise market, driven economy, capitalism, really is, I believe, the best system out there. But it can hurt sometimes. It can be painful when a business fails and people lose jobs. But sometimes it's necessary. And when government props up something artificially, it just postpones that pain. I think we need to get through that. I don't believe in the idea that something is too big to fail. I think we need to do everything we can to give businesses the opportunity to succeed, and I want to do that. I think a big part of that is government getting out of the way and stopping intrusive programs and policies that come in and make it much more difficult for them to serve the people that they can serve through their businesses. So I would not have supported the takeover of General Motors. I think it was the wrong direction to go. I think it goes against so much of what the foundation of our nation is. And what we need to get back to, once again, what I would fight for as congressman from this district is for opportunity, for getting government out of the pockets of people here in the district. I think it's ridiculous for someone to say, I'm going to go fight and see how much pork I can bring back from my district, or how many benefits I can bring back from my district. What I want to do is make sure that as many people keep as much in their own pockets as they possibly can. I've served in local government, I've also served in state government, I also worked out in Washington, D.C., and I've seen that absolutely the least effective, least accountable form of government is Washington, D.C. The best kind is local government. So the more that we can keep decisions local, the better. I think the less we can have Washington, D.C. intruding on the decisions that affect our families and affect our business and affect our communities, the better. Certainly there's a role. And I think those roles are for our safety and for our security. That's a big part of it. Also, there's many areas where government can be effective, but we need to limit those things and have as much impact be local. And I think that's where business would thrive if we can get government off the backs of the job creators, and that's what I'd like to see happen.